Hello. Welcome ladies. Welcome ladies. We're going to have a mini bead lesson class. We're going to be talking about I'm doing a review on kite string, which I bought a bunch of strings trying to figure out which ones I like best. So I will have different videos with the different strings and we'll go from there. I'll tell you what I like. I actually do like this one. It's very strong. The only how it's going to break is if you're doing the most, and I don't even understand even that what kind of doing the most. You will have to be doing the most with some scissors. So also like and subscribe. I'm new to this channel, so if you go follow somebody, follow me. So with that being said, ladies, let's go ahead and get into it. So right now I'm using kite string. This is a good learning tool for you. I will be showing you how to knot my ends. I'm not doing it the old-fashioned way and I'm not doing that. I'm going to roll it with my finger, doing that's one of the old-fashioned ways as well. So as you see, I have my kite string. I have my beads from Hobby Lobby. I am doing a breast cancer series. I already have a couple over there on my bead rack, but for the sake of time, you're going to need scissors, of course, some beads. They had a sale, girl. They are so cute. I actually like the other color I have a little better than those, but that's that. You're going to need this measuring, and I do 60, although I only bead to about 54. The other 3 roughly I use to tie my ends. That's pretty much how I do mine. Okay, and I love these. Okay, so I use these to clamp. Some people use Sharpies and things like that. Sometimes I do use Sharpie to mark my string or mark where I'm putting a design, but I am my kids just came in, so you know how that is, kind of awkward. Okay, so with that being said, I already have as you can see, I don't know if you can see on the table, I have these little bitty pink beads here. Those are going to be the beads I'm going to put in my middle, and I'm going to put them around 9 beads apart for this one, and then the other one I'm going to have them close together. So I'm actually going to do 2, but you're going to be able to view me doing 1. Okay, so this is the needle I'm going to be using, my big eye needle. This is how it looks. Some people use the short one, but I don't know. I guess it's only when I'm doing certain things, I use the little one, the Venus one. But I kind of prefer this one because I can get more beads on. It's like, you know, can I just get this done? So that being said, we have those here. So you have all the important stuff, okay? What I will say as far as the kite string, before I am starting to start a business selling beads, which I already had sold some, but I noticed a couple of my clients were I was using some kind of the 100% cotton everybody said go get about a year or so ago, and those what I did a lot of my beads with. And so if you were an active person, sometimes it would snap. And I was like, you know what? I don't feel comfortable selling people stuff that, you know, even though I have a couple people that still have theirs on. It's like almost a year now. So, but I just didn't feel comfortable because I was semi working out and doing certain things. I didn't like that idea. So I went back to the drawing board and everybody was saying, kite string. Oh, let's see what's up with it. So that's what we're going to do today. So I just measured 60 inches, okay? And what I'm going to do now is I usually put my ends together. One of the things that I don't like about the kite, and it's just so strong and durable, and it's thick, as you can see. I put my 2 ends together, and then I just bring my finger down the middle so I can kind of know round about where the middle is. Some people, like if you're doing a certain design, they will use Sharpie. They'll put a black Sharpie here, if that's where one charm going to go, and they say, okay, around here, I'm going to do another. So they put a Sharpie there. Then they do another Sharpie, so that way they can kind of gauge where they're going to be putting certain items. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to start, I'm going to put my clip here. And usually what I do is my SS, I'm not even working on this end right now. I'm going to be working on this end. So I just put this piece kind of in the center of my body or where I am, and let the other string just dangle if I'm on my bed or watching the shows or doing anything. It just dangles. I also get this, I like to use this when I'm doing a bunch of beads. I find it helpful so I can reach my arm in and dig and get the beads. This is basically a container for prepping lunches, something you would prep your lunches. Also, I will be having videos. My channel is why it's called Beads and Things. We'll be talking about my bead business, and I hope you can follow me and see how I could grow, and your support and efforts. We can basically make this a family where we can grow together. And I'm also going to be talking about things to do with weight loss. I also do intermediate fasting, things like that. It's going to be stuff just thrown in here and there. So that's why it's called Beading Things. But if you would like to purchase beads or something like that, you can hit me up on my Instagram at Beat It Up, and we can go for that. And message me on my YouTube channel, Beads and Things. So for now, let's go ahead and get into it. So what I'm going to do now is, the pattern I'm trying to do is I'm going to be doing 9 beads. Oh, I'm sorry. I opened this, my wide eye, and I'm going to put it in between it. And then I'm probably going to 2 inches, I'll let hang over. And I just bring it down, softly. And I just pull it a little bit. And there you go. Can you see it? Okay, once I do that, I'm going to, I want to do 7 parts. So this is where sometimes it can be a little time consuming. Most times it's not. But I'm going to get my beads. And I'm just going to go in and up motion. Like a scooping. It's kind of like this. And you'll hear the beads. You hear them? You see? And I just keep going. And once you do this a couple times, you kind of know how to get your beads to mind you, okay? Sometimes they try to do the most, but you get in your rhythm. See that? And that's what I like about the long bead. I don't have to I can just bring it down and I can keep going. Now, some of the other screens, I kind of found it harder to be able to see how I'm able to just keep going and no screens are coming out. I kind of noticed that when I did another screen that I'm going to do a video on. But right now, as far as the movement here, you don't really have that issue with the kite screen. The only main issue I have is it ends up unraveling a little bit at the end. But once you tie it and get it together, it's like I said, it's only coming off if you have some scissors or you didn't tie it. So it's a very good string, but that's only one of the issues I have with it is that. And the thickness too, when you're getting out the shower, sometimes it can hold water. I feel like it holds water. All right, so that's what I did. Too much talking and not enough paying attention. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on doing this, and then I'm going to talk to you guys on the other end, okay? So I'm going to put it back through. Bring it down. Here we go. I got my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beads. And I'm going to do this one. Then I'm going to do 7 more. I'm going to put my heart. Now I'm going to do 7 more. You see? This is how we're looking so far. Now I'm going to put another one. I'm going to go ahead and put some down on my screen. See? falling down. And the reason I like this, you see, once I push it, it's not going to go past my clip here. So the goal is once I go to the other end, I'm just filling up that side and it's still going to be even. So that way when I tie it around the back, it's somewhat even to be able to tie, and both springs to be, when I cut them, they'll kind of be loose enough to tie evenly, not super short. You got, you know, your middle is on the side, so you got to try to tie it not on the side of somebody. So that this way I try to prevent that. Okay, so now I need 7 more. These kind of look all the same. So sometimes when I'm custom doing stuff, I like to go back in and I may have to, like, yeah, I don't want to, you know, you want to, they're kind of mixed up, but you want to try to get it, especially when it's around the belly area or the sides. The back so much, you don't really have to worry about. So now I'm going to put my heart. We're putting our hearts now. I'm going to stick it in this hole here. Oh, it's going to be so cute. Now I'm going to do 7 more. And you see how my string right here is not moving too much? It's not flapping up and going down. So the kite string is, I like I said, I really love it, but I think I like it more for certain things than others. Of course, when I'm doing my itty bitty ones, it's not really going to it's not going to do good with that. So yeah, it's not going to do good with that. Okay. Oh, you want to see? This is what we have, my guys. This is what we have. Isn't it cute? This is the middle. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my clip, and then I'm going to I probably can leave my needle there. Oh yeah. Then I'm going to bring it together. You know what, I'm going to pull my needle out because I want to kind of make sure it's somewhat in the right area. So once I do that, I'm going to bring my ends back together because I want it roughly on the same size. And I bring it down so I can kind of see where my middle is. Can you see that? Isn't that pretty? So, okay, so once I do that, then I'm going to just, for some reason I got a problem. So I'm going to, oh, I need 7 more on this side. Hold on, y'all. Ooh. Newbies to YouTube, what are you gonna do, right? So I'm going to put 7 more and then measure it, which probably don't even have to do that, but let's do it. Let's do it. I need 1 more for my 7, which yeah, I'm just measuring it. So you know what? That was kind of redundant just then, but now just for my evenly problem, I have to make sure that it's even and obsession with the. This is how it looks. Isn't that pretty? So let's get beaded, girl. You gotta get beaded up. You hear me? So all right. So once I do that, I am then going to put a clip about I'm gonna put these back together because I don't want to be overdoing some on one side and then it's not even. So once I do that, I'm going to, as you see, I put my other 2 ends, my loose ends together. Then I'm just going to simply clip right here. All right. And for me, for some reason, I like doing it. And that way, so when I feel this side and I get close to this end, then I know I can go ahead and tie it. And that'll be my 3 inches. Okay. So I'm going to, those of you who are learning, I'm going to open back up my wide eye. Girl, I tried to do a spinner today, the little bead spinner, child. I was doing another thread today, and it had 4 strings, and I'm like, this got a little hole. Like, what I'm finna, yeah. So I canceled that. Like, when your kid's bad and you have to cancel Christmas, that's what happened. Which celebrate Christmas thing like that. All right, so now I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go. Soon I will be showing you guys how to tie the ends. Very important to make sure you have bead and thread or whatever line your consistency. And what I mean by that is the portion of, for example, this is a thick thread and I have size 6/0, I believe. So it's not a lot of space on the inside once my thread go into the bead, if that makes sense. So when I do my knot, it's not going to slide off because my thread is thick, if you get what I'm saying. Had I had like a real thin sewing thread, then I could have tied, you know, a knot, and it probably would have, the bead could have still came off. You want to be able to make sure, especially if you're going into business, you're starting out like me, and like I say, I still have a lot to learn, and I love learning and getting better and improving, getting better and better. But you want to make sure, like, you know, you're not coming to lose that when it gets to your customer, like, you know, it's on how it's falling, you know, off if someone is cutting it, you know, type of thing. So that's what got going on. And then, like I said, I love this bends because it's just, to me, it's just very helpful. And then I can just readjust it. I push it down, and I just, like I say, to every person it's going to be different how you work your needle, how you work your whatever you're doing it out of. But I am going to try to get into doing a spinning, especially for some of my creations that basically they're already mixed together. I mean, it makes no, you know, it's, you know, you want to work smarter, not harder. Well, I like, you can work smarter and hard. I always thought, yeah, nothing's wrong with that. What's wrong with that? Anyways, so here you got us. And then the thing I like about the long needle, as you see, you can just keep going until you get, and you know, the short one, you gotta go ahead and push it down and turn back. No, I'm not doing all that. I'm trying to get everything I can get in one shebang. And then a lot of times, the more beads you have in here, the better it is to be on your string. Like if I would have went ahead and put that other tube of beads, it would have gone a lot smoother and quicker. But when I'm going in, I am doing a scoop motion, which okay, sometimes too you would get a bead that may have not been cut properly, or the hole is smaller than the others. Who knows? Oh, that one ended up going down. I just thought I was going to have to remove it. But sometimes when you feel that and it's like banging on your needle, you don't want to, because sometimes you can get your beads and then it keep pressing so much, then it starts to make this start to rip and tear. If you have threads or different material that you're using to string that you're using, you know, it can make it worse. So to prevent that, what I do once I do 2 or 3 tugs trying to get it over the string, I just simply remove whatever extra string beads that are on my needle, and I just put them back in. And then that one that was giving me the trouble, I just trash it, because that means, to me, it's like it's not the proper size. You know, they have the machines most likely making these, and sometimes, you know, machines probably didn't do it properly, so that's no biggie. For you guys who are using these to lose weight, I have on several, I am beaded up, you hear me? So this is a great tool to use to you know, gauge whether you're building muscles or trying to lose weight. It is definitely good for those. So I'm more of a fan of string instead of the stretchy ones. So, but you know, they all have their pros and cons, but especially if you're a person trying to lose weight, then I definitely suggest this for you. And once again, you can message me on here, or also check out my Instagram. Like I said, I am starting to build out my business trying to expand. So with that being said, let's see, we're kind of close to the end. Okay, so I'm getting close. So I'm probably gonna go close to here and then I wanna tie it. A lot of times I kind of stop my beads where this piece is, you know, like it matches up. So I will stop like here. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this out of here. I'm just gonna simply push it up and pull it out. Yeah. Can you see my needle? That's the long one. When I'm tying, this is how I tie my end. This is one of the ways I tie. The old-fashioned way is whoop, 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 but you know, you're selling people, you're not supposed to be doing all that. So I get it, I roll it around my finger, you see? Then I bring it, and now these pieces are together. See that? The end meet in my finger. So what I want to do is roll. You see how it's rolling up? Then I'm going to get my nails, and this is where it's important. You got to be intense. Use your nails, and you're going to pull that screen up and tug it tight. I'm serious about my knots, child. You see that? Nothing's coming off of there. I couldn't even slide down the screen. Look at that. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. That's because too, I made sure my size ratio. So if you know, if you got, you know, a real thin thread, then that means you have to, like I said before, when I tried to do a spinner, I had 4 screens because the screens were smaller. And my beads were basically this size. And I couldn't use that spinner, which would have been fun to try. But so now I'm going to take this off, and I'm just going to move it here. At some point, I think that's redundant, but it's a habit I have. I don't know why I'm doing it, but I am. So I need my needle. So now I'm done with that end. Now I'm going to do this end. Once again. Also, if you're trying, you could always get your beads, get your thing, and pause, and we can do this as we go, sweetie. Like I said, I'm doing a series. It's one that I kind of prefer more than others because, especially if you're doing weight loss and things. Well, actually, I can't even say that because I don't know. I don't know. I have another video I'm going to have coming out about the different ones. I'm going to put them all together and then we're going to go over it. So, like and subscribe. So right now, I am tying this. We're at our end of our bead. We have about 54 inches of beads and then 60 of the screen, which gives us the extra we need to be able to tie our knot. So I pretty much don't need this anymore, but like I said, it's just a problem I have. I don't even know, you know, to me it stops me from adding extra beads that I don't need. And now that I'm looking, if it would have been, because this is what happened, once I took the clip off, I still have this piece here. But let's say I didn't have the clip, then that means, you know, my beads will be all the way here, and then they're going to go down, and then now I will be still putting beads on trying to get here. And sometimes you can forget about this is not, yeah, so that's why I do the reason for my madness. That's why I like to leave the thing there, because if you don't leave the clip or something there without the beads, then you can run into filling this up and then getting here to this piece. Now how you gonna tie all of this and you're not at the end? You know? So that's why it was such a habit. And it's like, why do I keep, it's like, so that's the reason for that, to make sure. Because if you're going and going and going and you keep beading, you get here and now you have this piece left, but this piece is filled. So that's why I keep that clamp, and I keep this space clear of beads. And that way, once I get here, I know that the other end has extra anyway, so I can tie. So, thank you. I answered my own question. Okay, so once again, we're going around the finger. This is a good training video if you're trying to learn. See, when I just keep rolling it and it starts to twiddle. Then I'm going to get my nails and I'm going to run it up. Okay? And I'm going to tug it. But it's important to get those nails on the line and push it. You see, I'm putting my nails and I'm going. I'm putting this nail, I'm going, and I'm tugging. Okay? And it's not going anywhere. So once I do that, that's what we have, guys. So today, for those who are learning, you learned how to tie and roll a knot. Congrats, and practice it. Just continue to come back and forth and do it. Okay? And like I said, you could always get your string, get your beads, and just play it and keep going. Bye, guys.